Hello everyone, welcome to Gradeup, and I welcome you all to another class of a State of International Affairs. And in today's class, we shall be dealing with a sort of prelims sort of topic, which is basically the Henley's Passport Index. So Henley and Partners, it's a firm in USA, and every year they give something called as a passport index, which basically tells us the power of a passport of the country. Okay, for example, the Indian passport, it has a certain power to it. The US passport has a certain power to it. So in this class, I shall be explaining you on what basis they are determining how powerful a passport is. And we shall be seeing what are the different types of passports. We shall be seeing the difference between passport and visa, what are the different types of visas, and some associated issues. So at the onset, I would just like to tell you that this is a pre-oriented class, not for mains, and there won't be any answer writing for this class. And it's more of a general awareness. Even if you're preparing not only for UPSC IAS, but also for other examinations like CAPF, CDS, or IB, or NABARD, RBI, or the EPFO examination, for all of these examinations, also there are questions from international affairs. And this is one famous topic from which questions can be asked. Okay, generally even in UPSC there are questions asked on the reports. Okay, like a present day report, it is published by whom? The Global Hunger Index is published by whom? The World Economic Outlook is published by whom? And there was once a question in 2016, I think, of UPSC where they had asked the Global Hunger Index ke parameters, or Human Development Index ke what are the parameters? Health, education, standard of living. So a brief idea about the famous reports and famous indices you should be knowing. And you can't learn the indices just by mugging up a big list. You should be knowing about it in a bit of analytical way. So that after this class, I hope at least for the next 1 year and maybe even for a greater part of your life, you will never forget what is the passport index, who is publishing it, and what is the importance of the passport index. Okay, that much I hope it can be guaranteed from this class. And before we begin the class, I just wanted to inform you again that Gradeup is launching the Gradeup National Scholarship Test. Okay, on 29th January 2021 from 12 p.m. onwards. So there is a huge scholarship pool of almost 50 lakhs. Okay, so please register for the test. The registration is still ongoing. You can see it on the app on the header. And also please share it with your friends. Any poorer students with some financial concerns, if you're preparing for UPSC or other examinations, this would be a huge boon to you. Okay. Let me keep the chat as public. Yes, good evening Aditi, good evening Gokul, good evening Charan, Ashneet, and all of you. Let us dive in to what exactly is the Henley's and Partners Passport Index. So this was published on 17 January, just a couple of days back, and it measures the world's most travel-friendly passports. Okay. So Henley and Partners Passport Index, it was released on 17 January, and it's the original ranking where they're ranking the world's passports based on the number of destinations the holders can access without a prior visa. Okay, so under the ranking, we are having how many countries can somebody without a visa and who's holding a passport can enter. Basically, the visa-free access. Okay, you need to remember this point. Okay, imagine the Indian visa is there. For example, Indian visa, it allows around 58 countries. 58 countries allow Indian visa, Indian passport, even if there is no visa attached. So like that, the maximum number of countries which you can visit holding a particular passport, that will give you the passport power. Okay, the passport index. It was created by Mr. Dr. Christian Kalin, not required. And they basically map out the data from IATA, the International Air Transport Association. This is the world's largest and most accurate database of travel information. From this, they source what is the most powerful passport. And it was launched in 2006. It includes 199 different passports. Yes, Kirti Bala Chongad, it's for objective test only. This topic is for objective test only. And may not be only UPSC, even for the other examinations, SSC, banking, whatever examinations you're preparing, just this video, just around 10 to 15 minutes video, this is a short video today, you'll never forget it. You'll never forget about what is passport index. So in this index, in the 2021 ranking, Japan has got the first place. Okay, they have ranked 199 countries. Out of that, in 191 countries, Japan already has a visa-free access. Imagine Japan's power. If you have a Japanese passport, you can go to 191 countries without a visa. You can just go on your wish. Similarly, Singapore is second, score of 190. South Korea has a score of 189. Okay, traditionally, and one analytical point which can be asked as assertion and reasoning, traditionally the passport power was more higher for the UK and US countries. But this year, the Henley Passport Index, they have observed that the Asia Pacific passports are the most powerful because they are recovering faster from COVID-19 pandemic. Okay, so they're opening up more and they're recovering faster. So Asia and Pacific passports are coming to the forefront. And basically they're moving faster. Like the tourists from the Western countries and the EU, US countries, they're still careful. Abhi still dhyan rakh rahe about COVID-19, but hum Asians, khullam khulla, we are traveling. Okay, so that's why there is some easing. Yeah, see, this France and Germany, they're Western bloc only, right, Ashneet? And anyway, this is a 2019 ranking, but it's very similar. That's why I've kept this image. And this is also copyright free. Okay, and the worst countries to hold the passport are the usual suspects: Syria, Iraq, and Afghanistan. If you have Afghanistan passport, you can go only to 26 countries, unfortunately. Okay. Then we have India. Okay, Indian ranking. India has ranked 85th. And the visa-free score is 58. That means if you, I hope you have your Indian passport, the navy blue passport. If you have that passport, you can go to 58 countries. Right now, you can pack your bags and go to 58 countries without any visa required. It was 84 before and 82nd before, and धीरे धीरे मतलब बढ़ता जा रहा, मतलब rank बढ़ता जा रहा. So we are falling in the bad category. And it need not mean we're falling in the bad category. Maybe the other countries, they're performing better. They're having a better visa-free access. And Pakistan and Nepal, Pakistan has 107 rank, Nepal has 104th rank. ठीक है, बस थोड़ा खुशी मिलती है. It just gives a sort of sukoon in our hearts that we are ahead of Pakistan. Okay, wherever we are, whenever you're seeing HDI, where we are seeing the Global Hunger Index or the World Happiness Index, all of that, of course, World Happiness Index, we are behind Pakistan. One point you should note. Okay, the World Happiness Index. Anyway, whenever we see these indexes, we see India and we see Pakistan. And when India is ahead of Pakistan, we feel good, even though we have a bad rank of 85. Okay, basic human psychology. And it continues to be in the worst passport to hold, Pakistan. ठीक है, थोड़ा अच्छा लग रहा है ना? So, and this has a visa-free score of 32 countries and Nepal has 38 countries. For example, just see this list. This is not the 58 countries, but this I had got from a website. Like all these countries, you can go right now. You can go to Bhutan, you can go to British Virgin Islands, Cook Islands, Ecuador, Fiji, then Mauritius. Many people go to Maldives, Mauritius, Nepal, Palestine. Okay, these countries, Serbia. If some of you want to go to Serbia, and there are also some countries which provide visa on arrival or e-visa. I'll tell you what is visa on arrival and what is e-visa. Basically, after you go to that country, you can get the visa. Like Australia, then Bahrain, Bolivia, and most famous is here Malaysia and Thailand, the Indian favorite of Thailand. Okay, most visa on arrival, we go to Thailand. Okay. Acha, Ashneet is not able to see. He's very concerned about the visa-free access. देख लो भाई, आराम से देखो. Yes, Simran, we don't know why Pakistan is so happy, right? But in the World Happiness Index, there are different parameters like generosity or the family support and so on. So since even though they are backward in economy, they find happiness in that sort of family support and freedom to make life choices. Okay. Neelima Biswal, don't worry, you can find it online. This is an old list. It's just an illustrative list. Okay, every one of you is so excited seeing this list. You can just search the countries where you get visa-free entry. You'll get the list. Don't worry. And this is not even the 58. There are hardly some 30 countries here. There are many more countries. Okay, समझ आया सबको what is visa-free entry, what is visa on arrival, what is e-visa, and based on visa-free entry, they are giving the power. What is the power of an Indian passport? Okay. Now it comes to a small discussion on what exactly is the passport. I hope all of you have the passport. Passport is a document which the national government issues to the citizen of the country. It has nothing to do with the outside world. Okay, like your passport, the Indian government is issuing, there is no link with the US or UK. It is a domestic matter. And it will record your person's name, date of birth, gender, address, place of birth, and so on. Okay, for example, before Aadhaar, before this ration cards and so on, having a passport was the ultimate sign of identity. Even now, some offices, they insist on showing the passport because it cannot be tampered, and there's very high level process and queues. If anybody has got the passport, you would be knowing. Especially in Hyderabad, I don't know other places, but there is a huge process of getting the passport. Yes, Sharon K, it's not an exhaustive list. Yes, Sabha Anjum, the criteria for visa-free entry, there is no criteria. It depends on the country's bilateral relations. So these countries, like whenever our Prime Minister has gone or our delegation has gone, our ambassadors have gone, they have this sort of bilateral relations with Indonesia, for example. With Indonesia, we have a visa-free entry. So we have negotiated that we'll have this sort of visa-free entry. It's a symbol of our soft power. It's a symbol of how strong the relations between the country are, how much you can trust Indians in Indonesia. Okay. For example, you've seen Afghanistan. No country trusts Afghanistan. Only 36 odd countries, and they also might be the Middle East countries. They're trusting Afghanistan people. So it's a symbol of the soft power of the country. And there are three types of passports. One is the ordinary passport, which all of us have, which you and me have, the navy blue color one, which is for ordinary travel and business travel. And the diplomatic passport. Okay, this is maroon in color. It's issued only for Indian diplomats, diplomatic couriers, or top ranking government officials. Basically, your IFS and Ministry of External Affairs officials at top ranks, they'll be getting this. So if anybody of you has the aim of becoming an IFS more than IAS or IPS, I would suggest you please take a good search Google images, good diplomatic Indian passport ka HD image. Keep it your mobile screen wallpaper or keep it your laptop wallpaper. Okay, that Josh, whenever you're feeling low, this passport will shout at you, how's the Josh? Okay, the diplomatic Indian passport. This is the best sort of passport in India. Yes, Charan K, unfortunately, with Middle East, we have the diaspora, but all of them, they require the visa to go to the Middle East. Okay, except Dubai and other countries. H1B1 visa, wait, Kapila Adha will come to that. Okay, and we have the last one is the official passport. Okay, and diplomatic passports, even IAS and IPS also can get this, but you need to apply for it. If you're an IAS officer, you can apply if you're going for a diplomatic mission on some issue for a country like London or Paris for a summit, then you can apply for the diplomatic passport. But by default, the high-ranking government officials, they'll be getting the white cover passport. Okay, who are representing Indian government on an official business. Okay, even the MEA working professionals, like the ones who pass the SSC CGL, who are working in MEA, even you'll be getting the white passports if you're going for a official work. And IAS, IPS, आप सबको white passports ही मिलेंगे. Okay, but the best sort of passport is obviously again our diplomatic passport. Okay. I'm really suggesting you, please take a small screenshot, a good HD screenshot, and keep it your mobile wallpaper for 1 year. Okay, it'll give you a lot of Josh. Fine. Yes, MLAs, MPs also, when they're going for some government work, they'll be getting the white passport. All government officials get the white passports. Then this was an old issue. Just be aware of it. In 2018, when the late Sushma Swaraj ma'am, when she was the Ministry of External Affairs, there was the idea that Indian government will introduce orange passports. Is anybody aware of this? Does anybody know this? Okay, that's great, Simran. This was an issue. I think all of you are freshers. This was when I was studying, when I was preparing for interview, UPSC mains and all. That time this was a major issue, that the government was introducing orange passports, and this was dropped. The plan was dropped after severe problems, but just be aware of it. What is an orange passport? It is for people who have not passed 10th class exam. Okay, and the orange passport may there will be something called as ECR. That means immigration check required. So these people, they are getting the orange passports, basically the blue collar workers, the daily laborers who haven't studied until 10th class, they'll be getting this orange passport. But once they go there, they'll be under a more stringent check. Okay, the Indian government is giving the passport, orange passport. Those countries can have a more stringent ECR check. So this was severely criticized. People were saying that you're creating the second class of citizens. Rahul Gandhi, for example, he had told that. So the plan was dropped now. So presently, we don't have any orange passports. Just be aware. In an objective exam, if they mention this, we don't have the orange passport now. No, the Lotus it's not confirmed yet, Sharan. Even I saw the news. The color is important. ECR is immigration check required. Yes, that's why the criticism was there based on this is nothing to do with citizenship, actually. I mean, if you're seeing, it's not the citizenship, CA Act, NRC Act, uske baat nahi hai. In Indian citizens itself, they wanted to give an orange passport for people who have not studied till 10th class, especially people who are going to Dubai or the Middle East countries as daily laborers. For them, this ECR was there, but anyway, forget it. It's dropped now, and now we don't have. So in an objective exam, if you have that orange passports are issued for ECR category, they are not issued now. Just be aware of it. And towards the last, you should also know what is a visa. So visa, I hope all of you are aware. And for people who are not aware, it is an official permission which is granted by the country which you are going to. Okay, not your country. Your country only gives you the passport. The visa is granted by a certain country which needs to grant a passport holder before they visit to the former country. So it is basically a temporary authorization that your passport will be accepted here. There are different types of visas, like tourist visas, transit visas, business visas, temporary worker visas, and your student visas. Mostly are your friends, a lot of your friends and a lot of graduates would have gone to USA who have done their GRE and all on the student visa. And if you want to immigrate, after taking help with the consultancy services and all, you'll be getting a temporary worker visa. And your family ke saath jate ho, tourist visa, and there is a transit visa which is for 5 days or less. So especially for the EU countries, they are very closely spaced. So if you're planning to stay there for 1 to 2 days and leave, like for example Luxembourg. In Luxembourg there are many stops before going to Switzerland or before going to Germany. Luxembourg is a huge stop. So there are a lot of transit visas in Luxembourg, and the business visa is for business purposes. Okay. And the last part is, what is the difference between an e-visa and a visa on arrival? Now the main difference, e-visa and visa on arrival, is e-visa you have to apply online before your journey. So we have seen Thailand. Okay, I'm just taking the example of Thailand because it was there in the list. So generally people apply for Thailand. So that's why I'm saying. So for Thailand, there is a visa on arrival. So you can land in Thailand and you can get the visa there. And e-visa is where you can apply before you're going to Thailand or before you're going to a place. Before you're going to a country, you can apply. Visa on arrival, it can be applied when the traveler lands at the airport in the destination country. And after he lands, there are checks done. That is their nationality eligible? Do they have the documentation? I mean, they should pay the fee. And there is no reason that they are denied, like if they're an international watch list and so on. Then they'll be getting the visa. And my advice to you is always take the e-visa than the visa on arrival, because after you go there, you never know if your visa would be accepted or not. Maybe, some issue hoga in your baggage, yeah, some issue with the documentation, you might be debarred. So pura paise bhar ke you go there and your visa might be debarred. So my advice is take the e-visa first. All right. Yes, Anjali, it's possible. Not for every country. We have some countries, right? These countries. In these countries, e-visa is possible. Yes, of course, it happens. In Thailand, for example, many people with criminal antecedents who are on the watch list of the Indian police, they also go to Thailand they go to Sri Lanka and other places. So once they go there, they might get arrested or they're not allowed. So they go back. So that's why it's always advisable to take the e-visa first. Okay. So that's it, friends. That's the topic today. A small fun sort of topic, since every day we are having a lot of analysis, a lot of brainstorming, answer writing and so on. I thought we'll have a lighter topic today. And I hope you had fun, and I hope you'll never forget what is Henley's passport index and what is passport, what is visa on arrival, basic differences. I hope aapko yaad rahenge. Okay. And somebody was asking H1, B1, the L1, L2 visas will be discussing in India-US relations. Because these slides which we are discussing every day, there is a plan to consolidate them as a sort of notes. So I don't want it to get lost in this topic. This is a prelims sort of topic. So H1, and maybe, after the Joe Biden presidency, we'll be discussing tomorrow about Joe Biden's presidency because he'll be inaugurated today in USA. So there I'll be discussing the H1B1 so that all the US issues will have at one place. All right. Charan K, it varies according to the place. There might be a tourist visa of 3 months. There might be a tourist visa of 6 months for good tourist countries. So it varies according to the country. And for people who are not part of our Gradeup Super, we have a Gradeup Super subscription where there is comprehensive coverage of IAS 2021 for both prelims cum mains. And this course is available in English and Hindi. And you'll be getting access to 350 plus live classes. Okay, this class is like a sample of how we have the paid classes, the Gradeup Super classes, and you'll be getting the PDFs for each and every class of the Gradeup Super classes. And you'll also get classes of Yojana, India Yearbook, Kurukshetra and CSAT, and there are 30 mock tests for prelims and 12 mock tests for mains also. So all of them, they're part of the IAS 2021 course. Yes, of course, Sabha Anjum. It's not an issue if you're preparing for UPSC or BPSC or any exam. You can submit your answers of PSAR. All right. And apart from the IAS 2021, we also have UPSC EPFO, a comprehensive course for UPSC EPFO, which is going to be conducted on May 2021 with 400 posts. And mostly the posts also might be increased, or there might be a fresh notification coming. And a complete NCERT module for class 6 to 12th, okay, where you'll be getting 100 plus live classes, quizzes, practice questions, and the notes. And this for absolute beginners. For absolute beginners, if you have no clue of what is history, what is polity, what is geography, you can join this from the 6th class level. The classes will be taught to you. Okay, and this is our faculty. I hope you're aware of our faculty. We keep coming on these classes. So all of us have given multiple mains interviews and have a lot of teaching experience. Harshmeet Singh sir, Kunwar Pratik sir, Rohan Tyagi sir, Naman Jain sir, Vasu Katara sir, me, Himani Suri ma'am, Shailinder Singh sir. So all of us who take the free classes here will also be teaching you for the Gradeup Super. Okay, you can see our demo classes as part of the Prepare tab. And these are the costs for the Gradeup Super. You can get in touch with our counselors if you're planning to join the Gradeup Super, and more details about Gradeup Super. And also people who are watching on YouTube, we have the daily free classes on Gradeup app also. You can download the app and you can update it. You can see all the classes here under the Prepare tab, all the free classes. Almost on an hourly basis, we have the free classes like daily editorial analysis, EPFO exam lectures, special lectures, GS for IAS, and daily current affairs. And also this class, which will be going on Monday to Friday at 7 p.m., where I'll be taking up such topics of international affairs, state of international affairs. okay, which are useful for both prelims and mains. Okay, because you just see last 3 years prelims, definitely 1 to 2 questions are asked every year from reports and indices. Like this report is published by this person, this organization, this index is given by this organization. So such reports like passport index, who is issuing that, and maybe on which basis they're issuing, you should be knowing. And for other exams, general awareness of passport visa are also important. So please download the Gradeup app, practice topic-wise quizzes, and keep attending the live classes. Okay. So thank you so much for this class, people. I hope you had a good class. Any more doubts and concerns you can ask me. Okay, today there is no answer writing Sabha. Tomorrow we'll have a good answer writing session on US presidency. A very important question we'll be discussing. Maybe for BPSC sort of examinations, you can take it as guaranteed. US question. So I would really advise you to attend tomorrow's class at 7 p.m. Okay, we'll have a comprehensive discussion on Joe Biden's presidency and its impact on India. Definitely on the state exam, there might be a question. Okay, trust me. All right. So thank you so much. Let's meet tomorrow at 7 p.m. Bye. All the best. Keep studying hard. Keep preparing well. And for the IFS aspirants, keep that maroon passport in your mind. Okay. Bye. This is me signing off. Let's meet tomorrow. Okay. Welcome everyone. And if you like the class, please leave a good feedback also. Okay. Bye. Yes, Rajni, the classes are available in Hindi also. Gradeup super subscription में Hindi में भी classes available है. Okay.